Hi friends, today we are going to learn about the assisted reproductive technology. In the short form it is known as ART. Okay, so before we are going to start this assisted reproductive technology, you see the question, how the question is framed from here. So question is that which assisted reproductive technology being used for the longest time period? Option is given here: intracytoplasmic sperm injection, artificial insemination, and in vitro fertilization, and gamete intrafallopian transfer. So, giving the answer of this question, let's try to understand this topic, that is assisted reproductive technology. So let's start this one. This is assisted reproductive technology. In the short form, it is known as ART. Okay. So actually, why we are using this technology? Why we are studying about this technology? Some couples are there who have some reproductive disorder. They are not able to produce children. Okay, they don't have a children. So by using this technology, that is known as ART, this specialized healthcare unit or infertility clinics, they are helping the diagnose and correct the disorder. Okay, some treatments will be there. By the treatment, this disorder will be corrected, and they have enabled to get their children. Okay, and that's why we are giving importance to this assisted reproductive technology. So, just when we are talking about main assisted reproductive technology, you see that first one is IVF, in vitro fertilization. Second one is intracytoplasmic sperm injection, that is ICSI. Okay, gamete intrafallopian transfer, that is GIFT. ZIFT, that is a zygote intrafallopian transfer. IUT means intrauterine transfer, and sixth one is artificial insemination. So what we are going to do, first of all we will learn about in vitro fertilization. Okay, and along with that, when I will told you the in vitro fertilization, I will also explain with to you zygote intrafallopian transfer, and along with that IUT. Okay, so let's start. Now listen here, in vitro fertilization, why this for process is required, when this process is required, that is very important. You should be very clear about it. In vitro fertilization is there if any female have a problem in the fertilization. Okay, so what they are doing, they are taking a ova from the wife or a donor, and similarly sperm from the husband or donor. Okay, so what they are doing, they are just creating a type of an environment or condition just similar to the fallopian tube mother body. Okay, and in that petri plate or in environment, they are just doing the fertilization. Okay, and fertilization is that is simply, already know that I told you already, happening outside the body. Okay, that's why it is called in vitro fertilization. This technique is commonly very famous by the name of test tube baby. Okay. Now question is that if after the fertilization, what is happening? See here, after the fertilization, two cases are there. What are the two cases? Here, this is a petri plate. Fertilization is completed. Now, zygote is formed. We already know that after the fertilization, zygote is formed. If this zygote is transferred directly into the fallopian tube, then this technique is known as GIFT, that is zygote intrafallopian transfer. Okay, and if zygote is not transferred, instead of it we are just giving some time, and this zygote is converted into suppose this is a zygote, after fertilization have a one cell, this cell divided into a two cell divided into a four cell. Okay, four cell, and four cell converted into a eight cell. 8 cell stage is there. So that 8 cell stage is known as 8 blastomer. Okay, or early embryo stage. So this early embryo, now it have to transfer directly into the uterus, not in the fallopian tube. And if we are transferring early embryo or 8 blastomer stage into the uterus, then it is called intrauterine transfer. It is clear. So what is difference between zygote intrafallopian transfer and what is difference between intrauterine transfer? So zygote, we are directly transferring zygote into the fallopian tube, and in the intrauterine transfer, we are transferring early embryo or blastoma stage in the uterus. Okay. So if we try to understand with the help of picture, it will be a more clear. Now see here in this picture, this first picture is giving information about the ovarian hyperstimulation. It means that they are giving some medicine or injection by which ovary is able to produce the ova. Okay, and ova they are collecting with the help of injection, that is written here with the name of egg retrieval. Similarly, sperm is collected from the male body. Okay, so together in the vivo or in for practical lab, they are just putting the ova and sperm in a one petri plate. So number of ova and number of sperms are there. Don't take it like one ova and one sperm is only there. Number of ova and number of eggs are there. So what will be happen? This here fertilization process will be take place. Okay. After the fertilization, this first stage is known as zygote. What is known as zygote? If we are transferring this zygote into the fallopian tube of the female reproductive system, you see here, this is an image of female reproductive system. So this is a, you will see that this is a ovary. This is a fallopian tube. This part is a fallopian tube. So if we are transferring zygote into the fallopian tube, then it is called zygote intrafallopian transfer. Okay. And instead of it, if you're not transferring zygote in the fallopian tube, instead of it, zygote is converted in the vivo only. Zygote is converted into a 2-cell stage. 2-cell is converted into 4-cell stage. 4-cell converted into 8-cell stage. Now this is called 8-blastomer stage. Okay. Now this is known as 8-blastomer stage. So this 8-blastomer stage is now transferred into a uterus, directly into the uterus, that is known as womb. Okay, so then it is called intrauterine transfer. That is difference between GIFT and IUT. Okay, now after the transferring, what will be there? Doctor suggesting for the pregnancy test, and after this one, okay, continue the pregnancy. Okay. You just see here, this is an image of zygote intrafallopian transfer, you see, and try to understand that this ovary is taking out the ova from here. Maybe this female have a disorder of ova is not able to transfer in the fallopian tube. So there may be a abnormality of embryonic finger-like projection or some other issue is there. So this ova is not transferred into the fallopian tube. So they are taking the ova from outside the female body. Sperm they are taking from the husband or donor. They are doing the fertilization outside the body, and this zygote is transferred into the fallopian tube, or means a place where that particular further development will be take place. Okay. Now you see here, there is a one image is given here. In that image, babies are developing inside the test tube. Don't think like that. Baby is developed inside the test tube, in the test tube baby. What is happening? Zygote is formed inside the test tube, and that zygote is transferred into a fallopian tube. That is a zygote intrafallopian tube transfer. Now see once the picture of IUT also. In the case of IUT, already told you, here zygote is not transferred. In place of it, 8-blastomer stage or early embryo is transferred, not in the fallopian tube. Here it is not transferred. Okay, this 8-blastomer stage is transferred into the uterus only, directly. So that technique is known as intrauterine transfer. So that is the difference between GIFT and IUT. So here there is explanation is given about the zygote intrafallopian transfer. After in vivo fertilization, zygote transferred into a fallopian tube, then it is called zygote intrafallopian transfer. Okay, why this is happening? This is used in the abnormality of overproduction. Okay, or there, so ova will be taken from other donor. Okay, if there will be a normality of ova movement from the ovary to the fallopian tube, then we are using this technique also. If there is a problem in the fertilization inside the body, then we can use this technique. If there is a problem in the male, okay, male partner, that is sperm transfer is not there or movement of sperm is not there, sperm ejection is not there, so in that case also we can use this zygote intrafallopian transfer. Similarly, in the intrauterine transfer also, there why when we are taking a intrauterine, if there is a problem in the fallopian tube, okay, if there is a problem in the fallopian tube, then directly we are transferring 8 blastomer stage into the this one uterus only. Then we are preferring intrauterine transfer. You see here. Okay. So now come to the next technique, that is a gamete intrafallopian transfer. Now you see this is a gamete intrafallopian transfer. In the case of gamete intrafallopian transfer, what is that? We are not doing a fertilization outside the body. Fertilization is taking place inside the body only. What we are doing, if the female have a disorder like that, ova is not transferred from the ovary to the fallopian tube, it is not able to pass into the fallopian tube, then they are collecting a ova from the ovary, okay, and transferred into the fallopian tube with the help of a technology. From here, normal process will be begin, that sperm will come and this fertilization will be take place inside the mother body, inside the fallopian tube only. So you just see the image of this one, so it will be more clear for you. So you see here in the Zift, this ovary is producing ova, okay, normally. But this ova is not able to pass inside the fallopian tube. So with the help of this technique, we are taking out the ova and transferred into this fallopian tube. So here fertilization will be take place, further development will be continue over 8 blastomer stage or early embryo will exist in the ovary or uterus, and here further development of the embryo will be take place. Okay, so this is a Zift technique. Now come to the next technique, that is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. What is happening here? You will see that sperm is directly injected into the ovum. Okay, see, in the in vivo fertilization, they are not specific to a particular sperm and particular ovum. They are giving a number of ovum, putting together number of ovum and number of sperm together. But in this case, what is happening, specific sperm or particular sperm is injected inside the cytoplasm of the ovum. Okay, specialized procedure is there. So you see the image. So this is an image of intracytoplasmic transfer. You see here directly a sperm is transferred inside the cytoplasm of the zygote. Ova. Okay, so why when we are using this one, if the male partner have a low sperm count, okay, and they are not able to produce a sperm, so in that time they are using this technique. So specifically that sperm will be injected inside the cytoplasm of the zygote, ova. So that technique is called intracytoplasmic transfer technique. Okay. Now come to the next one, that is a artificial insemination, last one, that is also known as AI technique. In artificial insemination, when we are preferring, same case, if a low sperm count is there, okay, and so what will be there, semen will be collected from the healthy donor, okay, and by just matching everything, that health, height, weight, everything should be matched from here, okay. So they are taking a sperm from the healthy donor, introduced into the vagina of the female or into the uterus. Okay. So if it is now this technique is also known as IUT, means intrauterine insemination. Okay. IUI, not IUT, IUI, that is known as intrauterine insemination. So actually this is a long time consuming technique. It is happening from the so many long time. So this artificial insemination, what is happening, if male have a problem in this low sperm count, then particular sperm from the healthy donor they are taking and introduce into the vagina or into the uterus of the female. Actually, here this is an image of artificial insemination. In this way they are just inserting the sperm inside the uterus or vagina of the female body. Actually, this artificial insemination is mostly preferred in the case of a cattle. Okay, so whatever is there, it is the procedure in which fine catheter tube is inserted through the cervix into the uterus and directly deposit the sperm sample. So they are why they it is using in the cattle, because if they want to get a particular type of a species, okay, which is producing more milk, so they are using artificial insemination in that case. Okay, so I hope this technique or art assisted reproductive technology, it is clear for you. This is very important from the NEET point of view also, and it is also important in the teaching, as I show you the question. So try to understand. Okay, thank you.